Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new, I'm Phoebe. Today we're going to be going through all of my basics that I own because I feel like anytime I get a compliment on my style here on YouTube or on Instagram, it is always something to do with how simple my style is, but how they like the kind of simple that I choose and they like the basics that I have. And most of the questions I get about specific pieces are about basics. And I feel like basics are something that are so easy to imagine. It's so easy to picture exactly what kind of basic you want to find, but it's so hard to actually go out and find them. I feel like I can have it in my head, like I want the simplest gray spaghetti strap cotton tank top, yet I'll go to every store imaginable and they won't have them. And I feel like it has taken the absolute longest for me to find brands that I trust and that I love for my closet staples and my basics. And I feel like I have them kind of down pat now. And just as a little tiny disclaimer, I'm not claiming that any of these are particularly budget friendly or particularly high end. I'm not claiming that these are all slow fashion. These are just what I've collected over the years and what work for me. And hopefully some of you might find this helpful. And before I show you my collection of basics, I just want to say that there have been so many times where I've been looking for something that I feel like is so simple and cannot find it. And it makes me want to learn to sew so badly so that I can just design and make my own basics. And if you have that itch as well, that little itch to dip your toe into fashion design, then today's sponsor, Skillshare, can help you do just that. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, or side hustles to the next level. The really cool thing about Skillshare is that they put together custom learning paths, which are curated sequential class collections that can help you master a specific skill. Obviously, you guys can assume that I'm usually drawn towards their interior design and fashion classes. And actually, one of the first classes that I took on Skillshare is one that I still think about all the time. It was called The First Steps of Fashion Design from Concept to Illustration. And it was so helpful and clear and concise. And it was so satisfying to watch a professional fashion designer in his element, sketching designs and breaking down his process along the way. I also love Skillshare's Learn by Doing approach, where members can share a project after completing a class and receive feedback from the community. And right now, the first 500 of you to click the link in my description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. So starting out with tops, we can start with the first thing that I'm wearing, which is this black cotton tube top. This is from Cou Cou Intimates, which is one of my favorite brands for basics. I have so many pieces from there that you guys are gonna see today. It is a little bit more on the expensive side because they are 100% cotton and they are really well made, but I have just collected these over the past couple of years with little orders here and there from them. So I have it in black, and then I also have this one in white. And both of these I have in a size small. When it comes to Cou Cou Intimates, I would say if you're between sizes to size up. I'm usually an extra small or a small, and I find that the small works really well for me. If you're new to buying things that are 100% cotton, you might find that they feel a little bit crisp and crunchy when you first get them, and they can actually feel lower quality because of that in the beginning, just because you're used to these synthetic fabrics that are meant to be super soft right away. I find that so many people who talk about fashion and clothes on the internet will hold something up from like Shein or Urban Outfitters or whatever and say like, it actually feels such good quality. And it's like, just because it's soft doesn't mean it's good quality. And the thing about 100% cotton is that it's only stiff when you first get it, when it's first made. These are now, after washing them just a couple of times, the softest pieces in my closet. You do have to hang dry them, obviously, or else they will shrink because cotton shrinks. But that's just my little disclaimer that do not fear if you invest a lot more than you're used to investing in a basic because you want 100% cotton and then it comes and it feels stiff. Do not fear. It will get really, really soft with not a lot of time at all. Next, also from Cou Cou Intimates, I have this black spaghetti strap little pointel cami with cute little bow details. I love this one. I wear it as a top day to day, and I also wear it as a PJ top. Super comfy. And lastly, from this batch of Cou Cou Intimates is this white, just cotton, not pointel, not textured, spaghetti strap tank that also has a little bow on the front. Same with this one. You can wear it day to day. You can wear it to the beach. You can wear it to bed. So comfy, so simple, and just the perfect shape for me. Next thing, this falls into the category of bought it from Urban Outfitters and was soft immediately when I got it. And it's one of the comfiest things I own, and it's also what I get probably the most questions about on my channel because I do tend to wear it a lot. I like to get as much wear as I possibly can out of things that are fast fashion or that I invest invested in, obviously. And so I've worn this a ton, I've gotten a ton of questions, and I've kind of hesitated to answer where I got it from because I did get it from Urban Outfitters, so it is no doubt fast fashion. But this piece in particular has lasted me so many wears and isn't showing any signs of falling apart. I wouldn't necessarily like formally endorse it, but it is what it is. This is one of my favorite pieces and it is fast fashion. One more thing from Urban Outfitters is just this little baby tee, cropped tee. I like that the sleeves aren't super tight. It's a feminine cut, but it's not overly tight. It's not overly cropped. It is a bit short, this one. This is the BDG brand and I have it in a size small. Next, on to 3/4 sleeve tops. This is a 3-pack that I bought from the brand Fruity Booty. And it is funny that they like sell 3-packs because it's not like they're cheap or anything, but I have wanted a good fitting 3/4 sleeve top for so long and I fell in love with these 3 colors, and so this was a bit of an investment. This is one of my newer little collections of pieces that I've gotten, and I've already worn all 3 of them so many times, so I know that I was right to order all 3. They're also really super soft. Again, the brand is Fruity Booty, and these are in a size extra small/small. So I have it in this brown color. It's brown, but it has black trim, cute little trim detail on the neckline here and on the bottom of the sleeves. So I have it in brown, and I also have blue. It is like a blue kind of light navy. Does that make any sense? You see what color it is. And a light blue trim. Love that color as well. And then I also just have it in black and black trim. They're super soft and they are ribbed. Next, back on the Cou Cou Intimates train, I ordered these back in the winter and I've gotten so much wear out of them. Again, literally anything from Cou Cou can be worn day to day, to the beach, to bed. They're so comfy, they're so soft, and they last forever because they're cotton. These I have in a size medium because I didn't want them to be skin tight. These are just their long sleeve basic cotton shirts, and they have a little lettuce hem on the bottom and on the bottom of the sleeves, but the neckline is plain. So I have it in white and in black. Again, I sized up to a medium to get the fit that I like on myself. And my last long sleeve, this isn't really one that you can go out and buy because it is thrifted. The brand is Gap. It feels old, so I don't think they really make this anymore. But the reason I've kept it around, I got it from Goodwill. The reason I've kept it around is because I love the neckline. It's like this beautiful wide neckline, and it's nice for when I want something a little bit looser, a little bit longer. Yeah, not overly done up in any way, shape, or form. Moving on to bottoms, we're gonna start with shorts because we're coming into summer. I recently got these denim shorts from Madewell, actually. They are the pleated denim shorts in a size 24. Usually in jeans, for reference, I'm in between a 25 and a 26. But a lot of times if I find a pair or a style of jeans that's supposed to be relaxed and sit low-waisted, sometimes I like how it looks on me if it sits a little bit higher and is just a little bit more fitted. So I sized down to a 24 in these. These are like really soft, like you could crumple them into a ball. I don't know what the material makeup is, but I have always had luck with Madewell denim in the past, lasting a while. And then I also recently thrifted, if you watched my last thrift with me video, I thrifted these vintage Old Navy shorts that are just a little bit lower rise and a little bit of a smaller inseam. They're just a cute little mini denim short. Next, onto micro shorts. This is another, not 3-pack, they weren't sold in a 3-pack, but I got 3 colors of these micro shorts from the brand Geel. I think it's just called Geel. The website is Geel US if you live in the US. And they're these really soft cotton micro shorts. I got them in a size small. I think they sell them in an extra small too, but I didn't want them to be overly tight. And I do have a little bit of curve for my proportions. And so a teeny tiny short will just ride up way too high on me. Even these are quite short. I mostly wear them like in the summertime over bathing suits, just around people that I'm comfortable with. That's just how I like to wear micro shorts, because these ones in particular are just so little. They're low-waisted and have a really teeny tiny inseam, but they're the softest material that you can imagine. They're not 100% cotton, but they feel good quality. I'm literally saying the thing that I just preached not to think, that if something's soft, it doesn't mean it's good quality. But I have found that this brand does last a long time and they feel good quality to me, and I have had no issues with them. So I have them in black, brown, and this little ivory off-white color. Next, for another little like beachy cover-up short, these are super sheer, more sheer than I thought they were gonna be. I got them online. I only really planned on wearing them over bathing suits anyway, and just like in the summertime, in the yard, to the beach. They're really loose. They run pretty big. I cut the tag out because it was bothering me, so I don't know what size these are. These are actually the Frankie's Bikinis and Durf Avenue collab. I got them before certain events transpired, so wouldn't necessarily endorse them. I don't even know if they sell them anymore, but just as inspo for beach shorts. I really like these ones, but I guess I'll go on record saying don't buy them. And then we have these Deji Studios black boxer shorts. These are in a size extra small. I do kind of wish that I sized up to a small, not necessarily size up. I'm between an extra small and a small, and I wish I would have chosen the small because the waist is so little. It is stretchy, but like on a day where, let's say I have my period and I have cramps or something, like I'm not gonna be drawn towards this waist because it's just quite tight. So if you're between sizes, I would size up, but I love these boxer shorts. I love Deji Studios. Incredible quality, everything that I have from them. On to longer pants. We're gonna go to jeans. For these pants, I'm just showing what I consider the most like basic cuts and colors of pants that I own. First, I have these Lee jeans that I thrifted in my last Thrift With Me video as well. If you watched that, you would have seen them. They are these straight leg. I don't know if you'd consider them skinny. I think you would consider them straight leg. Mid-rise, I would say, jeans. And my only gripe with them is that it's hard to tell now, but you'll see when I try them on. Whoever owned them stored like a wallet or a phone, like a very distinct rectangular object in the pockets, and you can like, it looks like I have a phone in my back pocket because of like the fading in that shape. But I love the way that these fit me, and again, they're vintage, so I don't know if you could go out and find them right now. They say Lee regular fit, so if you want to go on a little hunt, feel free. These say 28 by 30, so I don't know if they're like technically men's, because men's tend to run smaller, or sometimes vintage jeans just like end up being so tiny compared to what size they are. Next, also at the same time as I got those Madewell shorts, I got these straight leg pants from them. They're the Dean Easy Straight Jean, and these are in a size, I think these are also a size 24 because, oh, these are a 25. They're meant to sit lower waisted, but I got them so that they would fit me and like stay up a little bit higher. I would say that they're a mid-rise on me. They fit a lot like the Lee jeans, but they're a tiny bit wider and a tiny bit longer, and they have a raw hem. Last but not least, in the blue jean department, also thrifted in my last Thrift With Me video, are these vintage Ralph Lauren jeans, size 2 with an inseam of 30. And they're just these low, very low waisted boot cut jeans that fall pretty much exactly at the bottom of my ankle. They are a great length for me. Again, you probably can't go out and buy these right now, but keep your eyes peeled for Ralph Lauren jeans at the thrift or at any vintage shops. I love, that's like one of my new favorite pairs. Also thrifted, but originally Banana Republic, size 25, same mid-rise boot cut pant. I feel like just a great staple to have, and they have the cute little button pockets at the back. These, I guess you would call khakis. I actually inherited from my grandma. The brand is Trousers, etc. If you want to look them up. This is more of a mid to high rise, but same boot cut, little flare at the bottom. I love how these fit, and they're obviously just so special to me because they were my grandma's. Also thrifted in my last video are these classic polo jeans, classic chino polo, Ralph Lauren. Don't know if they were men's or women's. They've got to be women's. Yeah, because they're a size 2. These little army green pants that are straight leg, boot cut in between. They're like a loose straight leg, I guess you would say. And then in the back, these little button pockets with the label on the bum. Another little basic pant. I don't know if you'd consider these basic because they are a little bit unique, but they're plain. These are Deji Studios, the Ease trouser in white. These are really comfy, really airy, nice pants for summertime because they're so airy. It's like a gathered elastic waist at the top and then just kind of a wide leg. And because the waist is so stretchy, you can sit it up higher and the pants would be a bit shorter, but they'd sit higher on you, or you can sit them lower. I tend to wear them lower waisted so that they run all the way to the ground. And then my two most simple pairs of suit pants. We have these black ones from the brand Cou Cou. It's an Australian brand that I got when I lived in Australia. I went to the actual Cou Cou store and tried on a bunch. These run really big because these are an Australian size 4, and usually in Australian sizing I'm between a 6 and an 8. 6 tends to be extra small, 8 tends to be small. 4 is like a size that not a lot of stores even carry. It's kind of like 00 vibes, but for some reason the 4 in these fit me. So just know that if you order on their site and you don't go into their store, that they do run quite big. These are higher rise and just a classic straight to wide-ish leg. I don't know if you call it boot cut. I picture boot cut to be like tighter and then a little flare at the bottom. These are just like straight but loose all the way down. And then last pair of trousers, I did thrift a while ago. It's this random brand Desaro collection. These are lower waisted. I like this thick waistband, but there's like no visible button or anything. It's a cool waistline. And they're lower rise, same thing. I would call these maybe a boot cut. Onto skirts. Another item from Cou Cou Intimates is this little skirt. I'm not taking them off the hangers because I'm lazy, but you'll see me try them on. Mini skirt, white, pointel, little bow on top. This is very much a beach skirt as well. When I lived in Australia, I would totally wear this day to day, but here in Pittsburgh, I don't really know if it's the vibe, but I'll surely bring it on all of my little summer vacations, wear it to the pool over my bathing suit, stuff like that. And then 2 more things that I actually got from Urban Outfitters. I've only worn them a couple of times, so I can't speak to how long they last. They are the brand Kimchi Blue, and these I actually got in a size extra, extra small. Again, like I said, I'm usually around a small, but these I think are meant to sit really low-waisted and be kind of a midi skirt, but I really liked how the smaller size fit on me, sitting just below my belly button and being kind of in between a midi and a mini length. I thought that it looked really cute, and it's so soft and it can kind of bunch up a little bit as you walk, but because it's long enough, I never feel like it's gonna ride up too much, and I actually like how it looks when it's a little bit wrinkled after I've been walking around in it, and it's still a bit longer than a mini on me. So I have it in this cute little army green color, and I also have it in black. Really soft material. Again, I don't think that really says anything about the quality, but it feels nice on my skin. And like I said, I can't speak to how long they've lasted because, or I can't speak to how long they'll last because I haven't had them for that long. But it's my other admittedly fast fashion basics that I do love so far. On the complete opposite end of the spectrum, we're on to dresses now, and this is a dress from St. Agni Studios, which is like one of the most expensive things that I've gotten. It's this really cute mossy colored green mini dress that's just cotton, so simple. I will say I probably wouldn't buy this again just because it is so simple and was so expensive, and I just like don't reach for it enough to justify how much money I spent on it. I have never really been a dress girl, but I have been loving these just basic cotton dresses, and I was so excited to find this that I was like willing to pay, I forget how much I paid for this, but too much for something that's just this. But it is great quality and I do love it. I got it in a size small. A cotton mini dress that I do love from the brand Gil Rodriguez. I think it's Gil, maybe it's Gil, but it's Gil Rodriguez. This royal blue little mini spaghetti strap square neckline dress. I love this one so much. Also 100% cotton, also a great brand to look at if you're looking for good quality basics. Next, we have this Cou Cou Intimates dress version of the spaghetti strap top that I showed you guys earlier. It's a little pointel triangle neckline with cute little bows. Love this one, can't go wrong. Last but not least, the mini dress versions of my Cou Cou Intimates tube tops. Both from Cou Cou, the same, literally same exact thing, but in dress version. This is in white, and I have this one in a size small. I wish I would have gotten a medium. I think I wanted to get a medium, but they were out because I have a small in this and a medium in the black, and I like the way the black one fits on me better. This is just a little bit too mini tight skimpy on me personally, but again, would wear this all summer in front of people I'm comfortable around, and like to the pool, over bathing suits, to the lake, stuff like that. So that's in white. And then in a size medium, I have it in black. This I would wear anywhere, especially because it's black. It's not as see-through. It's a bit looser because it's a medium. I love this. I will be wearing all of these dresses all summer long because they're just so easy. Those are all of my basics that I have right now. I feel like this collection has taken me so long to slowly invest in and build up, but that has been a goal of mine for the last few years because, like I said, basics are literally the hardest to find. And so when I've found ones that I've loved, I've just kind of gone back to those brands and slowly invested and built up my pile. And because this collection was built over a lot of time and has mostly been built from really high quality, more slow fashion brands. I feel like these are all things that I will keep forever and have forever. As I was collecting all of these things from my closet to show you guys, I realized that this makes up almost half of my wardrobe. So you have already seen pretty much half of what I own. And I feel like I wear these 75% of the time. So I hope you found this video somewhat helpful. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to. And with that, I'll see you guys in a few days with another one. Bye.